Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be reviewing Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Ruth Ware is a very well-known popular name in mystery thriller genre, and unfortunately I've not got a chance to read her book, and this is my first book and I'm pretty not so impressed. Sorry. Our main character, Rowan, sees an ad in the newspaper for in-house nanny with a very good salary, and she gets very impressed. And it looks very too good to be true. But however, she tries her luck because of the circumstances which is going on in her life. She tries her luck and she gets into the job. However, that house is a bit haunted and she's confused, and the story takes off from there. The book is advertised as thriller, psychological thriller, but the most of the part of the book reads as horror, which is slight misleading because it was a lot of confusing, how to explain this. So if you're reading a psychological thriller book and you get a horror vibes, proper horror vibes, that's a different thing. Here I think it was not conveyed clearly, or maybe I was not actually getting the point what was happening. So I felt it a bit annoying, like, okay, it's a psychological thriller. Why are you making me feel that there is a ghost or something horror is happening? So it was a lot of confusing, and I was not so connected with those parts. I felt very disconnected. I went into the book with zero expectation. I was like, Ruth Ware, come on, you have not read Ruth Ware's book. Being a thriller reader, you have not read Ruth Ware. So I went in with zero expectation, and I think that's what made it more tolerable. Sorry, but that's what helped me to actually finish the book, because I went with zero expectations and I was not hoping for anything and I was not aiming for anything. So that was a good thing which I did. Coming to the good parts, there were few good parts. Good parts were the plot, not the complete plot with the conditions apply. Only the beginning part till I think most of the plot was good, and it was intriguing. I wanted to know what will happen, and that was nice. I felt it was a bit interesting. There was no much character development. Actually, character development was not required, but I liked how she wrote about the kids, and how she dealt with kids meeting the new nanny for the first time and how they're gonna react and all those things. That was really interesting. I felt it was very intriguing how beautifully she had covered it, and it was I connected to those things, and I was able to sympathize with the kids and even the parents, because new nanny and the situation, I was able to sympathize for that. Now coming to the bad thing, I don't know how many people will connect with me or agree with me on this. It was a lot of dragging. Trust me, when you say it's a smart house and every door works a fingerprint and stuff like that, I can understand, right? So once you say the house is smart house and everything is digitalized and everything is new technology and all those things, I understood. You don't have to tell me that each and every time somebody opens a door or turns on the light. It was so annoying. I was getting so irritated. I was like, fine, I understood it's a smart house. Go on. Please move on. Tell me the story. It was so annoying. I was getting disconnected because of that. I was like, okay. I guess if you actually consider the story, maybe it would have been over in 150 pages. So rest 150 or 160 pages was mainly explaining the house and every detail and the curtain, color, everything. So much explanation is not required. If I was reading the book, I would have dropped it. I was liking the plot and I was interested in what will happen for a certain extent, but the twist before the end twist was so bizarre. It was not required. Oh, I don't know what to say. Maybe maybe this kind of twist or this kind of writing has its own audience, but it was not for me at all. I called my friends and I was like, what's happening? What's happening, leave it. Why is it happening? It was not required and it did not make sense. More than not required, it did not make sense. So if you go, whenever there's a twist, right, you go back to the story. Like in the ending, if you see a twist, you try to connect it with from the beginning and you try to make sense of it. Here, it did not make sense at all. And I was not able to connect it. Like, why? So it was, I got lost. I understand there might be, different set of audience and different set of readers who like this kind of twist or like this kind of writing and explanation things, but it was not for me. It was not for me at all. When you say fast paced, I mean fast paced in story, not fast paced in just like page turning. That I don't know. I cannot explain. It did not make sense to me. I did not hate the book, but I did not connect with it, so I gave the book 2 stars. Considering Ruth Ware's fandom or her popularity, I will try more books. Maybe this book was not for me. I have In the Dark Wood in my want to read, and also in the cabin, Women in the Cabin 10 in my want to read. So I will try. I'll give one more try. That's it for today. Hope it was helpful. See you guys next week. Bye.